Mount Nebo carries the meaning of a prophet or herald. This name is connected to the act of proclaiming, revealing, symbolizing God's promise revealed at this location. Situated on the east bank of the Jordan River in the land of Moab, Mount Nebo now resides within the Kingdom of Jordan. Approximately 6 miles from the Dead Sea, it stands over 2,600 feet high. From its peak, one can overlook the entire Jordan Valley, with views stretching to Jericho, Jerusalem, and, on clear days, even the direction of the Mediterranean Sea. Significant events from the Bible took place here. First, Moses ascended Mount Nebo to gaze upon the Promised Land. Deuteronomy chapter 34 recounts how God showed Moses the land he had promised to the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Moses led the Israelites for 40 years, and though he could not enter, God allowed him to witness the fulfillment of his promise. This teaches us that sometimes our calling in life is to lead the way, not necessarily occupy, and that God's faithfulness never fails. Even if we don't experience the result, his plan continues. Secondly, Moses died on Mount Nebo. Moses passed away in the presence of God, who personally laid him to rest. This signifies a high honor and gentle rest. Moses' life signifies the law, leading people to the border of the Promised Land, but unable to enter, because salvation is not by law, but by grace, Jesus. The law points to the promise, grace brings people into it. Finally, Mount Nebo is associated with Elijah and Jesus. Moses and Elijah later appeared on the Mount of Transfiguration with Jesus, signifying that the law and the prophets are fulfilled in Jesus. Thus, Mount Nebo is not only the endpoint of Moses, but also the turning point of God's plan, from the Old Testament law to the New Testament salvation. Today's Mount Nebo is an important pilgrimage site, topped by the Memorial of Moses, managed by the Franciscan Order. A famous bronze serpent staff statue symbolizes the bronze serpent in Numbers, prefiguring Christ's cross, reminding us that just as Moses lifted up the snake in the wilderness, so the Son of Man must be lifted up, that everyone who believes may have eternal life in him. As you gaze upon the Promised Land from the peak, you can experience a sense of peace that comes from not yet entered, but already completed. In conclusion, Mount Nebo reminds us that faith is not about possession, but about believing in the certainty of God's promises. Sometimes, God allows us to stop at the peak, not as a failure, but as a completion. God personally buries his faithful servants and also personally remembers their labor.